Hello, everybody. This is Tenpenny. I go by Rough Kiss on Tumblr or Cassie. If for whatever reason this gets to be a big thing and you go back through my videos, you'll notice that I wear a mask in most of them because I had some kind of paranoia when I was a teenager that, I don't know, some idiot on 4chan would get a hold of my singing videos and decide to make a big deal of it and be a jerk. That said, I'm just going to roll with it and hope for the best. The purpose of this video is to give you a little bit of an introduction to me and a series of videos that I've been thinking about making, just for fun. Nothing too crazy. I am 24 years old as of this video, and I have never read Harry Potter books. Right? Pause for shock. Which is weird because I love fantasy. I'm all about magic and that kind of business. And the characters would have been my age at the beginning of the book. Like, I remember when these books came out and what a big deal it was, but I never read the books. And main reason for that was that my parents were super against it. They don't like the idea of witchcraft and that kind of business, so I didn't read them out of respect, which is funny because I read tons of other books about magic and witchcraft and what have you, just not those particular books. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I missed out on this big, crazy cultural experience. And I know a lot of people who were really emotional when the books ended, and anytime J.K. Rowling puts out some kind of information about, oh, we're doing a spin-off, or we're doing a theme park, or there's this game, people flip their crap. They freak out, and I'm not really a part of that. I'm just sort of sitting to the side like, okay, yeah, I mean, it's a book. No judgment. I mean, if you find me on other places of the internet, you'll find out that I'm a huge nerd too. But I don't know, I want to be part of it, I guess. And I thought, I've been talking about doing this for years and just reading these books and just kind of cataloging my opinion of them as someone who is part of that original age group and who did not get into it when they were a kid. Because with something like this where you grow up with the characters, you can't help but have a nostalgic feeling towards them. And even me, like, I don't think I've even seen, I might have seen one Harry Potter movie all the way through, maybe, but it wasn't even the first one, so I don't know. Who knows what was even going on, you know? Okay, there's like a big snake, and yeah, you can't come into a story like this partway through and expect it to make any sense. So, that's my goal, to read Harry Potter, and I haven't really looked at this to see how long the chapters are. Okay, so a decent length, so it might be chapter by chapter, which would take a really long time, and I have a tendency, if I like something, I just want to read ahead, so I can't promise you it'll be chapter by chapter. That's what I'm going to try to do in the beginning and get a feel for it. Oh, awesome. It's illustrated. That's the best. I also thought, I am certified to teach English to 7th through 12th graders. And because of that, I have a lot of kind of knowledge that it would be necessary to analyze a book or a novel. And I was thinking if there was interest, well, even if there's not interest, because I mean, I don't know who I expect to watch these videos. As I go, I'm probably going to talk about literary devices in the books, themes, symbolism, that kind of stuff, because, I mean, if you were reading it as a kid, you're probably not going to pick up on that, and I know there's a lot of puns and stuff in Harry Potter that kids didn't pick up on, and like Diagon Alley. I immediately knew it was Diagonally as soon as I saw it written out when they did the theme parks. Because I saw pictures of that, but you might not notice that as a kid, I guess is what I'm saying. And I think it's really funny. I've totally judged the Harry Potter people a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, because I was a snot-nosed kid, and I didn't go to public school until 5th grade, and I did a lot of reading because of that, because I didn't have any friends, and I had a big vocabulary. So a lot of this stuff, like I've heard Harry Potter people be like, oh yeah, J.K. Rowling just came up with all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, no, she didn't invent phoenixes and all these names for stuff. It's references to things, and I kind of want to talk about that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously she invented a lot of stuff. Again, I'm not bad-mouthing, but as an outsider, I feel like there's a lot of hero worship going on, and I don't know that it's necessarily earned, but, clearly I have a bias. So I am going to come at it from that bias as much as I can, and I hope I do not get flamed for saying that. Like, J.K. Rowling might not be amazing, guys. Oh no. I don't know. I can't say because I haven't read any of it. Another thing that I wanted to try and get through in this video, which is already almost 7 minutes long. Oh my god. Who is going to watch this? What I wanted to go into is what I already know about Harry Potter, just growing up surrounded by people obsessed with Harry Potter, and that's probably a big part of why I resisted for so long too, is eventually my parents were like, oh, yeah, you're old enough to make your own decisions, but by that point I was in high school, and I'm pretty sure these characters start out at 10 or so, and it was one of my biggest pet peeves when I was growing up to read a book about characters that were younger than me, because I always felt like I was smarter than them, and that they would make stupid decisions, and then I would be screaming at my book like, oh my gosh, why do you have to be such an idiot? It's so obvious that you should do this. So I didn't read it, even though I could have, because they were 10, and I was like, I'm too good for this. I can't do this. And then when I got up a little older and I might have been interested, I had a bunch of friends who were completely obsessed with Harry Potter and wanted to talk about it all the time and tell me crap about it. And just an FYI, if you are just randomly watching this video, if you have a friend that has not seen or read something, do not explain it in detail to them if they are not giving off signs that they're interested. Unless you have some specific point that you're trying to get to, like, oh yeah, I think you should watch this show because it has this kind of stuff that you like, and then you explain it. Okay, cool. But if you are going into huge detail about this thing that I haven't seen and you go on for 2 hours, I don't care. I haven't seen it. I am not emotionally invested in it. Don't do that. It's horrible. And your friend that's on the receiving end is going to try and be polite about it, but it's awful and we don't like it. Same thing with musicals or music or whatever. Don't try. You can be pumped all you want about something, but if somebody hasn't seen it and you go on and on and on and on and on about it for hours, you're not going to make them want to watch it. You're going to turn them off of it, and they're not going to be interested. Okay? So don't do it. It's horrible. If you hear bells in the background, it's the cats. I think they've gotten into something. Maybe a plastic bag or something. I went on a tangent. What I already know about Harry Potter. He is a wizard. Also, please don't correct me in the comments if I get something wrong. I know. I will know once I read it that I'm wrong. And please don't spoil it for me more than it's already been spoiled, because I really don't like spoilers, and if I know what's going to happen, it's another reason for me to not read or watch something. So I avoid doing that. If I already know every plot point in something, I don't want to watch it. what's the point? I like to try and puzzle things out, and that's another reason I've avoided Harry Potter, is because I know everything basically that's going to happen. I know how it ends. I know the big twists, you know. So if you are watching this video and you also haven't read it somehow, then probably don't watch the next part, because I know spoilers, but I feel like everybody knows these, so okay. Anyway, sorry. Harry Potter is a wizard. He is, I guess he's not Muggle born because his parents were wizards, right? Because Hermione is Muggle born, right? Because you can't live in this culture without knowing all this terminology for some crap you never read. It's ridiculous. That's why I'm finally just gonna read it and be done with it. So Harry Potter is this 10-year-old kid that lives with this horrible family that's relatives of his somehow. I think the one is his aunt, and then they have a kid, and he's a butt. And Harry Potter lives under the stairs because they basically abuse him. And then, I guess when he's 10, whenever he gets this letter from an owl, and they invite him to go to the wizarding school. So I don't know how he gets out of the house. I guess he runs away or something. So he runs away and he joins a wizard school, and so he meets this ragtag band of people, and he makes friends with Hermione and Ron and the twins, Fred and George Weasley, I think. And school hijinks, except not, because everything is terrible, and people make fun of Hermione because she's Muggle-born, meaning that she was a wizard born of human parents. So there's a little bit of racism going on, or I guess prejudice. I don't know if you'd call it racism. There's some kind of subplot with house elves that deals with the same thing, because they're like these little dudes that are basically enslaved, and if you give them something of their own, then they're not anymore. And there's this other kid, what is his name? Draco Malfoy, who is like Harry Potter's nemesis, and I think for a while everybody thought he was like the big bad guy, and he's this little blonde snot of a kid, and I think his dad's mean to him, but that was really more in the movies than in the books. And he's a jerk. He's mean to Harry Potter, and Harry Potter gets in a lot of crap where he's like, I don't know, he accidentally gets sorted into playing some game or something, and it's a big deal because they're all, you didn't put your name in the hat, did you? And it was some kind of magic nonsense. And I think it's funny that they were all shocked about that, because it's like, it's a school of magic. You'd think random magic crap happening all the time wouldn't be that big of a deal. I don't know. And but see, like, I know all these things that happen, but I don't know when they happen in the story. So maybe that'll be interesting. Like, I can be reading through and suddenly come up on something that happened, and I'll be like, oh, alright, cool, now it makes sense. And I think, well, anyway, the overarching story is Harry Potter's parents were killed by Voldemort. And Voldemort is evil because he was conceived via a love potion, so his parents didn't love each other, which I think is kind of messed up, because that's like, ooh, it's creepy. I'll probably talk about that more at length later. So Voldemort, bad dude, killed Harry Potter's parents, and he tried to kill him, but Harry Potter survived, and that's why he's got that lightning bolt scar. And so they left him in the human world. I don't know if that was to keep him safe or what. That'll be interesting. And so he he goes to wizard school. They train him up. They make him all bad and whatnot. There's all these other characters. Oh, overarching. Anyway, Harry Potter fights dudes, and there's all these bad guys that are Death Eaters or something, and they are, I guess, the people who work with Lord Voldemort. And I don't understand why you would work with him. I mean, it's again probably one of those to take over the world things, but why? I mean, why do you need to wreck everything? But so they're trying to take over the world, and Harry Potter has to find all these Horcruxes, which are these pieces of Voldemort's soul, and I think one of the pieces is in Harry Potter, which I felt like was pretty smart. I'm kind of sad that was spoiled for me, because that would have been my thought, is like, hide it in a person so you can't kill him. Which I think they do technically kill him and bring him back to life or something at the end of the book. But they have to find these 7 pieces, and they find them, and they have a showdown, and a bunch of everybody's favorite guys die, including one of the twins. I can't remember which one, Fred or George, because, again, I don't know who they are. Which, can I say, I've tried not to cuss so far in this video, because I don't know who's going to watch it, but that's bullshit. Okay, I have a twin, and one of my main things that I'm looking for in this book is how we depict twins in the novel, because generally twins are presented as one single character. They're interchangeable. It doesn't matter which one is speaking. Who cares? They're the same person, and it's bull. And we are not the same person, and I can't believe you would kill one and not the other one. That's messed up. And I mean, I see a lot of posts going around on Tumblr and that kind of thing about Fred and George Weasley, and I'm like, no. I kind of cried a little bit when I heard about it, and I didn't even read these books at all. I just think that that's horrible. And your twin is like your other half. It's horrible that you would kill one of them and not the other one, and just expect the other one to just live on forever without him. But what do I know? So essentially, Harry Potter wins. Oh, I forgot. The biggest plot twist was that Snape kills Dumbledore at some point to prove his loyalty to the Death Eaters, maybe? I don't know. I think there's more than one faction of the bad guys, but that's the only one I know their names, so I'm just assuming everybody's in the same group. But he kills Dumbledore to prove his loyalty, but in the end he's really a good guy, and sort of, because he really loved Harry Potter's mom, and he just basically apparently obsessed over her for the rest of forever, which is kind of gross, but I mean, I guess it's sort of romantic. I don't know. I hear a lot about that. And Harry Potter totally named his kid after him. And some other character who I can't remember because people didn't make as big of a stink about it. Also, what else do I know? I know the fandom really wants Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy to be a thing. I don't care about that. These kids are 10 years old. I know that Hermione apparently has crazy big hair, curly hair, which is awesome, because curly hair doesn't get a lot of love. I don't have curly hair, but my sister does. And it's neat to see some representation of something other than completely straight hair in media. I don't remember what else. Oh, also, Dumbledore is supposedly gay, according to J.K. Rowling, but there's really no evidence in the books, so... Well, no, like, hard evidence, I guess. I will probably keep an eye out for that and talk about it if I see anything, but, you know, whatever. I've already heard that. We've beat that dead horse. I don't care to really beat it again. Basically, the goal is read the book, give my opinions, try not to be completely long-winded, like I have been, but I felt like it was necessary to give you an idea of what I already know and some context for who I am and how I'm going into it. That said, I guess I'll try to get these up whenever I can. There's no set schedule for this because I'm an adult. I got a real job and that kind of thing. But if there's interest, if you have anything you want me to specifically look at or talk about, shoot me a line. You can leave a comment on my YouTube, or you can send me a message on Tumblr. I'm Roughkiss on Tumblr. Since it's Halloween, I'm not currently under that moniker. I'm under Hocus Pocus, but it's Hocus spelled normally and then P-O-K-I-S-S. And it's Roughkiss normally, which is just what it sounds like, ROUGHKISS.tumblr.com. That's probably the better way to get a hold of me. But Tumblr has a tendency to eat notes, so I don't know. Good luck. Yeah. Harry Potter. I'm Harry Potter, Harry Potter. Anyway, so we'll see how it goes. See you.